Hello YouTube stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we believe in staying stacked and packed, stacked with silver, gold, food, bullets, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. One of the dangers we run into as investors, regardless of whatever we are invested in, is relying on financial news. Quite often, a news story will come out, and from the exact same source, within a short period of time, a second story will come out that directly contradicts the first story. Down the road, a third story may come out that contradicts the first two. The financial media is in no way perfect. I'm not saying this is intentional. I'm not saying it's never intentional either. But it does happen. It happens with financial journals. It happens with the financial networks. The example I have today is from CNBC. I'm not picking on CNBC. The other ones do it as well. But it does become dangerous when an investor like you or I starts relying on this information and making trades based on that information, investing our hard-earned money. Now, for the example, I could pick the example dealing with equities. I could pick the debt market, precious metals, currency markets, real estate, whatever. I decided to pick an economic example, but not dealing with an investment, because I don't want the point of the message to get lost into evaluating the merits of a certain investment. And what I'm going to use for example today is the following. Back on January 23rd, 2018, CNBC did this story. And this story is millennials. 1 in 6 now have $100,000 socked away. Pretty cool. So then I start going through the story. That kind of doesn't sound right, because millennials are young people that are just getting started in life, have a lot of life expenses, and hasn't had time to accumulate wealth. And it goes, this is between people between 23 years of age and 37 years of age. And it discusses how they have accumulated this wealth. 16% say they have $100,000 or more in savings, up from 8% in 2015. Nearly half, 47%, have $15,000 socked away, up from 33% in 2015. Wow. Kind of a cool story. Not what I expected. But then, about 3 weeks later, on February 12th, 2018, CNBC does this story. And this story is a growing percentage of millennials have absolutely nothing saved. So in 3 weeks, how do we go from this to this? And if you don't believe me, Google CNBC Bank of America Millennials, and the first 2 results are these 2 stories that pop up. That's kind of interesting. Now this one's a little bit more believable. It used a slightly different age range, but it was much more believable how they are not saving money. Why? Because they're broke kids just getting started in life. Who saves money in that situation? Very few people are able to. Generation X didn't either. My generation. And if you're older than me, neither did yours, most likely, as a rule. So, what about if this was on a company and we relied on this information? Or this was about precious metals and we relied on this information? We took the first story as fact and we ran with it. No matter how ridiculous it sounded, we ran with it. Secondary information comes out after we ran with the first information. It happens. Do not use the financial media as your research. That's the point of this video. I would love to hear your opinions. Comment. Subscribe if you haven't. God bless you. Stay stacked and packed.